There's something to be said about grand projects, and maybe the best thing about them is that we ultimately know nothing about the grand scale of the project until we've finished it.
We tend to focus on a single point.
This point is our simple way of going about things. We let in who we let in, and we keep out who we keep out. The timing always seems to be off, or a truth always seems to be inconvenient. But even if we break the hearts of those we don't mean to, both acceptance and rejection is just a part of who we are as a person finding their own way.
Sometimes, we're alone for so long, or have been hurt enough to where we simply shut others out. To the point where the feeling that one would be constantly rejected is the norm, and putting oneself out there is too troubling, since we already know for certainty the outcome.
So we count on it failing, falling apart, being rejected, and go even deeper into ourselves, putting up walls, deflecting left and right, and in general, not allowing any personal growth to happen.
But why is that?
The simple fact of the matter is that we're left to our own indiscretion, an inconceivable loathsome feeling that can't be squashed, almost as if we're under a constant stream of pressure from all sides.
We feel alone, lost, distracted by the minutiae of the every moment, constantly reminded by the outside world that
there is love out there for everyone, but not from me for you.
We accept everyone like ourselves, except the people we don't get along with. Then we hate you even if we're the same.
Thanks in part to the internet, with social media influencing our very patterns of thought, either for better or worse, depending on your personal outlooks, beliefs and any number of other areas, we constantly feel as if the world is judging us, making us seem like a horrible person if we don't move in tandem with the rest of the world.
It could be that all. Gee, Rhythm, I've heard so much about dictating and spoon-feeding you all what I think you need to hear. I can easily mislead you about love, jobs, money, and more. Basically, you're my personal bitch, and I'm going to be mind-fucking you non-stop till I come deep into your subconscious with my hidden subversive messages until all happiness is lost to the thud of a single like, follow, subscriber or more. You can be anything I tell you to be. Worship me. Follow my every move. Hit that subscribe button as if it has some positive impact on your life.
Because in the end, when death comes for us all, our number one follower, worshipper, subscriber will always be the pitiful self-pitying love fest we play to ourselves, constantly screaming from the shadows that we are worth it, that we accomplished something. But we really didn't do anything spectacular that won't be replaced in a few years' time.
Love me. Because without you doing as I say, consuming my words of wisdom and following my lead, my self-centered sense of narcissistic anger won't be justified. Let's vilify this other person for minding their own business or having an opinion that we don't agree with. Boo to them in their personal preference. We accept and love everyone just like us. But we fear others who aren't like us, or will seem like they could change the very dynamic we grew up with to something we'll have to adapt to.
This anger and change, a constant, a weird, violent meme that never seems to bubble up from the very words we strive for, seems to almost mock any kind of breakthrough creativity, almost at the point of screaming at each other through walls that are 3 mattresses thick, and tied together through the mental breakdown of a society slowly loving its mind.
Meanwhile, we stand around a broken throne, to which there is no real king.
While we are distracting ourselves, much to corporations' delight, others are applauding to steal the floor underneath our feet, the ground beneath, and soon enough, the very air will have sponsorship deals attached to them. Ha! 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 But there's no one plotting to steal our identity. No robot camera trying to make virtual reality the only reality. No real philosophical conundrum which cannot, nor will not, be openly discussed to the point of rioting and tearing down the preconceived walls of idealism. We can only see the throne as a destination, to a kingdom no longer existing, nor wanting to be forced into existence by a people whose mindset would simply tear it down in favor of something far more easier to manage with the push of a button.
Instead, we are brought at the entrance to see an empty room where something great could conspire, if we were given the chance. But that chance will only come to fruition at the hands of those with money, power, and entitlement given to them through happenstance, while we are simply left to our own depressing devices, as it were. We are simply ghosts, angry, pitiful ghosts, putting out snippets of ourselves permanently locked in a perpetual loop of action, sight, and sound. There, those small temporal clones of ourselves will repeat the same actions, the same words, and put on the same shows. Never to really feel anything for themselves.
But why is that? Why must we constantly shred away at the very reality we spent our entire lives building up?
The answer, you see, is very simple. Because we
Killed
off
R.
inner
Child.
Simply put, we consistently put more and more weight on the childlike innocence through the acquisition of information. While, yes, we hold on to humor, fantasy, and general kindness. This kindness is more or less tempered with overt sexual nature, the desire to either penetrate or be penetrated, to grasp, hold, twist, and many other terms for straight-up fucking like nasty, meth-born and addicted Florida rabbits. While there is nothing wrong with this, inherently, parents or no, everyone, you, me, your friends, enemies, fuck buddies, and more, are taking advantage of that which can't even really conceive of a healthy relationship anymore. Why Santa? The man of the month? Father Christmas himself? Simple. Because Santa Claus is a staple, a constant, a very representative of childhood innocence, a period of time where everything we believed was magical for the first time.
That was perfect. The corporations will gladly sponsor your Fortnite career.
Do you think so?
No, because as soon as you mess up, we'll drop you in favor for someone more willing to push our subversive advertising into impressionable young minds. After all, I'm a robot. I have no real emotions or empathy, just signifiers, both vocally and physically, that trick you into thinking otherwise. You are, at your core, my personal puppet, just as much as I am a puppet of my programmers and owners. Applause, 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 applause.